Hello and welcome everybody to the Masked Mayhem tournament. Already messed up. My name is Liam, or Lava, whatever you prefer, and I'm casting with my longtime friend Max Burnanate. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. How's everybody? How you doing, Liam?
I'm doing great, and I'm hoping the audience is doing great too. We're here for our Week 5 matches for the Masked Mayhem tournament, and we have quite the game tonight. We are looking at two really great teams, Quieter Mode and the Big Brain Charges, the titans of the Group B group of this tournament. I'm really excited about this game. Quieter Mode is a team that we know pretty well, and Big Brain Charges we've played against before too. So I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think both are undefeated coming into this, so this will, decide who wins the group. So what do you think? How do you think this is gonna play out?
That's really interesting. I guess I didn't really consider that they're both undefeated here. So this is for all the marbles. I think both teams are going to go out. They have their set strats and they have, good ideas, I think, of what the other team is going to be playing. Starting on well here as well, where I think we're going to see a lot of Hog Zarya in this game, and that's going to be really fun to see.
Mm-hmm. I may have some inside intel that that Quieter Mode may be running what is kind of the meta right now in the Overwatch League playoffs of Winston D.Va, Reaper, Sombra, Moira, Lucio.
Oh,
I have some
interesting.
inside information, seeing as I just played against Quieter Mode in a warm-up game.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, we're good friends with the Quieter Mode team, and we just did some pickup games with them, and did a mini scrim against them. So they're all warmed up and ready to go. I'm hoping the Big Brain Charges are as well, because I think Quieter Mode's really going to bring it. Both teams running kind of similar comps, both opting for the Winston here and the Lucio. Oh, and a last-second switch from Beastie Ginger over onto the Reinhardt. This is going to be a really interesting pick. They really want to go heavy brawl. Coming out with the Sim strat really early on. Looking at Big Brain Chargers, are going to be trying to take the high ground really early, but Quieter Mode wants to take the low ground here, and they really want to brawl. They don't want to be caught with crossfires. Now they're gonna jump in behind, but just trying to get the positioning, I think, at this point, and just poking right now. Reaper's is forced to use Wraith really early. Marco is going to be putting some pressure on the Winston. Winston has to jump out there from Cookie Turkey. Now Quieter Mode going to be moving around back to the point. Going to take the early point capture. Oh, but a really big anti coming in from the side of Big Brain Charges, and they're going to be taking a lot of damage here right now. Josh West just goes dangerously low. Beastie Ginger goes down to really low HP, and a Dynamite brought in, and Mod William will find Cookie Turkey to begin the fight, but as an Ipsave response back to kill into Marco, where Beastie Ginger answers with the kill into Gatsu, but Maximum Rank finds Beastie Ginger. This is a really scrappy, even fight so far, but Quieter Mode pulling, and two ults really early on. We have the Nano and the Whole Hog. That's a really fast Nano Whole Hog from them. Now it's just going to be cleanup, hopefully, and hopefully they can flip this point over before the respawns come in.
The Quieter Mode has spawns coming back, but I think they're going to be forced off eventually. Oh, and the Primal Rage. Oh, but gets charged off by Ginger.
Oh, and he takes him off. He says, "If I'm going down, you're coming down with me." Beastie Ginger with the charge off the edge. Now this is looking really good so far from the side of Quieter Mode. I mean, they got almost 42% there. I mean, look at the ults on the board from them.
I don't think they used a single ult. Big Brain Charges used like 4 or 3, I think, something like that, a lot. And Quieter Mode is sitting on like a bank that they can rely on here.
And Cookie Turkey switching over to the Zarya as well, opting off of that Winston. Ooh, and then the hack comes through into the Hog, and Tree Boy goes down really fast. Now the EMP is used in addition to the beat and the huge Death Blossom coming out from Marco. Really good play, but they had to commit most of their ults for that.
I think the good thing is other team, Big Brain Chargers, they also use beat and blade, so they don't have anything themselves.
That's true, and we know from playing with him quite a bit, Josh Westis, Lucio is not what we would call his signature hero, but he's doing a really great job right now, I think, matching Maximum Rank there for the beat and for, speeding and healing his team. I think he's doing a really good job. Now, both teams just deciding to poke right here, and Pet the Doggo on the Sombra here, really trying to find the early hack to open this fight. Now there's 70% of the board. Marco starts off this fight really early on the pick on the Godzo, and Marco finds another on As an Ipse. That's 2 picks right off the bat. That's the DPS. The Shatter is dropped from Beastie Ginger. Marco with the cleanup, and Josh West just finding Cookie Turkey now. This is turning into last fight territory if Quatermo can win this next fight.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot on the back of that first fight where they're able to get 40% without using really any ults.
And with 93% on the board, someone's going to have to touch the point. Now, I don't know who Kevin can at this point. Maximum Rank desperately trying to get around the outside. He manages to get the touch, but gets solo grab Mod William with the attempted stop from the touch, but it doesn't matter much. Quatermo taking the first round, 100-33.
I think that was a good round for Quieter Mode. They're very good about just rushing when they have those opportunities. I think Marco did a very good job on that Reaper to get picks.
I agree. I think he was putting so much pressure on the Winston at first, and then they had no choice but to switch over to the Zarya. But you know, by the point where Big Brain Chargers just switched over to the Zarya, Mod William on the counter Zarya on the Quieter Mode already had his grab, or was really close to his grab. So they weren't really able to match, grab for grab there, and I think that ended up hindering them.
And I think Quieter Mode made a lot better use of their speed to rush down those solo targets.
That's right.
With the Hog Zarya, you want to be spread out. And against Reinhardt, you really need to kind of wear his shield down and break it, but they weren't able to do that. They had to just kind of sit back and eventually get run down.
Now we're seeing the Hog Winston from the side of Big Brain Charges matching up against the Zarya Winston from the side of a Quieter Mode. Now, just poking right now, it looking like a really early hack coming up. A Cookie Turkey finds Pet the Doggo really, really early. That's a really bad pick. You do not want to lose your Sombra in that fight. Now, Reaper, Marco, no choice but to Wraith out right now, and it's looking like Big Brain Chargers are going to take the point really early. Marco does find Cookie Turkey, but we're going to see here if Big Brain Chargers are able to find another pick to help open this fight up a little bit. Oh, and Tree Boy does just that. He finds Beastie Ginger. That's a really bad pick. Oh, but for some reason they get off the point. Quieter Mode is able to cap. Godzo responding back with the kill into Marco. Maybe they're able to push back in with this right now, where they don't have the main tank on the board right now from Quieter Mode. Maybe they're able to push a little bit now. The dive coming in. Godzo finding Pet the Doggo, and right now, I mean, Cookie Turkey going absolutely one, and he goes down, but Godzo trying his best to clutch this fight out. They do manage to cap now. Fights, messy fight going both ways. Now the Nano coming out onto Godzo, going to be opting to use the Dragon here, but missing most of his targets. Now the anti does come out into Marco, but he is able to Wraith out and not take very much damage now. Just 22% for both sides.
Really back and forth fight. Neither team really wanting to fully reset, but working out for both of them.
Now, as an Ipse on his signature Junkrat with that tire, I'm expecting big things right now from As an Ipse, trying to find, maybe someone in the back line. And here we go, and the tire finds Josh Westis. That's a really big kill. Now the hook coming out from Tree Boy into Pet the Doggo. This is all going the way of Big Brain Charges.
I think that tire kill is really important because Josh Westis has the beat right now, but he can't use it to kind of help his team sustain.
Oh, and the grab coming out from Mod William, catching absolutely nothing, but the Primal Rage is coming in from BC Ginger to help stall this out for a little bit. And is this stall going to be enough for them to come back in? Josh Westis using the beat here, keeping his team alive, and they're going to be able to stall this out maybe. What was looking like such a good fight for Big Brain Charges, Quieter Mode is turning around.
I think Big Brain Chargers just need to be a little bit quicker on that cleanup there.
Oh, and Pet the Doggo finding 4-man EMP. Marco responding with the Death Blossom. Going to be finding Lucio, and as an Ipse finds the exit kill into Marco, but this is going to be all cleanup from Quieter Mode. Now, again, I mean, this is the same story as last one. There are some, ults on the board from the side of Big Brain Charges, but someone has to go and touch the point. There's 90% on the board.
I'm not ready to hang it up.
With the last fight coming in, Beastie Ginger is going to be going down to As an Ipse really early on. Now, the touch does come out. Savvy Lee using her Coalescence to try to sustain her team. Marco going to be putting the pressure onto the tanks, and they do find Tree Boy. Marco and Mod William finding the dual kills in the tanks. Now, Godzo is going to be finding Mod William, maybe able to turn this fight around with the aid of the Nano Boost, but I'm not sure at this point if it's going to be enough, especially with Beastie Ginger coming back into the fight. Maximum Rank finds Marco. This could be the entry that they really needed right now, where where Cookie Turkey coming back on that Winston, they're going to be able to focus down Josh Westis on the Lucio. Now, you know, another really scrappy fight here. It's anyone's game. Godso doing his best to get into the back line. He uses his Wraith to get in, and the tire coming out from Azanipse. What can he find? Can he find anything at all? It's coming from Spawn right now, and he's looking around, finding not sure what, maybe just zoning them out right now, but it's looking like Big Brain Charge is turning that around with some key picks from Godso.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at this game has been really close and back and forth, but if you look at the control percentage, I think just Acquired Mode is a lot better about cleaning up these scrappy fights and capping the point. Whereas I think Big Brain Charges, even in these scrappy fights, they're getting the picks and they're showing that they can do that, but they're just not able to finish out the fights and clear everybody out of point to actually, you know, start gaining progress. So Acquired Mode is coming in with EMP and Grav, so we'll see if Big Brain Charges can survive this onslaught.
Oh, and that's going to find 3. And then the Graviton Search, just like you said, comes out, but Josh Westis goes dangerously. Godso does find Beastie Ginger, and Treeboy also finds Josh Westis. Oh, but Marco, he is taken down as well. Now that the Death Blossom is committed from the side of Big Brain Charges, and I think that's a really fair trade for the use of EMP Grab to only have to commit the I guess Coalescence and the Death Blossom. That's going to be a really clean fight.
Acquired Mode also invested their Coalescence in Reaper ult. Death Blossom, that's what it's called. So I think that's a really good trade for them. Surviving that really deadly ult combo for not very little, I think is big. And they have Tire, Whole Hog to even push them off in Nano. Plus,
yeah, this is
This
is going to be a very winnable fight. It's all going to rely on Josh Westis' beat here, I think. If Josh Westis hits the big beat, then, you know, I think this is anyone's game. Now, the whole hog coming out from Treeboy. Now, Josh Westis does find several members. Boop coming out of Treeboy mid-ult. Now, they all have to be on the point right now. Now, it's advantage quieter mode, but Godso responding back with Mod William. Azanipse finding Savvy Lee. They are not going down without a fight. Now, the tire coming in from Azanipse, hoping to find something, anything. Who can he find with this? Is it just going to be a zoning ult? Or it's going to be killing on Marco. Marco's, that's all their DPS. Godso finds Josh Westis, and right now, it's going to be ticking down. This round going the way of Big Brain Charges.
I do want to call out Beastie Ginger with the nothing but net jumping straight into the well there. With his Winston ult.
Yeah, I saw it. I didn't see where he jumped. I just saw he was dead. I thought maybe
he jumped straight down the middle.
Unlucky. Yeah, hey, as a main tank player, I've done that so many times as Winston. Not in this tournament. I haven't done that in this tournament at all.
Yeah, but again, I think quieter mode is just, they've shown that they're a little bit better at those scrappy fights of actually cleaning up and capturing the point. But I think Big Brain Charges, once they got that capture and were able to set up on defense there, from I think they were at like 30%, they were able to run it all the way down to get to the 100 and get the map win there, or the point win. So see if they can do that again.
Yeah, and both teams just going for the exact same comp they ran before, with the exception of now Cookie Turkey's over onto the Zarya. This is what we might consider the meta comp right now. Beastie Ginger gets antied, goes half HP, but is able to back out, stick with the team. Now they're kind of in this like death ball sort of composition. Godso finding Beastie Ginger. Now they got to make their way over into the point. Marco responds back with the kill into the Godso, but I think it's advantage right now. Oh, definitely advantage of Big Brain Charges, especially with Azanipse finding Marco. Now the Reaper is down. That's most of your damage. Your main take not there. I mean, someone's going to cap the point though, and Ante coming on to Josh Westis. No one on the point yet. This is still anyone's game. Now Beastie Ginger was able to come back into this fight, and Josh Westis going low, but Mod William finding Cookie Turkey, his counterpart Zarya, and Quieter Mode taking the first cap. Now Azanipse responding to the kill on Beastie Ginger, and maybe they're able to push in now with the main tank being down from Quieter Mode, but this is a tough fight. Marco is going to be using Wraith really early, and the bubble committed onto him, and he's looking for blood. He's out for blood in these tanks. He has to back off and come onto point, but Quieter Mode doing a really good job holding the space right now.
When you're early grab into Death Blossom.
Goodness. I mean, the Grav, Death Blossom, and the Coalescence is going to be used there for the cost of one tire, and I guess the Whole Hog was used as well. I didn't see that. Maybe he was stunned out of it, but that's going to be a fight win for Quieter Mode. But they used a lot for only 35%.
They still have EMP, which can just win a fight you know, for on its own. So we'll see if Big Brain Chargers are able to use their ults to make a dent in their defense.
Yeah, and additionally, I mean, they have a quieter mode. Oh, using the EMP really early, but Marco goes down. This is really bad for the side of quieter mode, but they respond back to the kill and Cookie Turkey. That's going to be a lot of your sustain. So while the fight is even right now, they might not want to push in, but Godzo says, no, we are pushing this point right now. Finds 2, Beastie Ginger and Savvy Lee go down, while Josh Westis as well, who had that critical beat. However, they are able to maintain that beat for the next fight, and they only had to commit really the Coalescence and Death Blossom there. So that, I think, a pretty clean team fight win, despite being maybe down 1 from Big Brain Charges. So with this, I think, who do you think the advantage goes to holding the point? In my opinion, it's Big Brain Charges with their tank line right now. It's just so hard to push into them. As an Ipse fighting Beast and Ginger.
The Reaper and Roadhog combo is just really hard to play into as a Winston.
Ooh,
it's just
Godzo. Getting the nano and killing Marco.
I think the Reaper swap for Big Brain Charges has been really big. They've been able to shut down BC Ginger on the Winston. Just a lot more close range damage than what they had before, running like Hanzo and other things. I think it's been the key so far to their kind of turnaround in this map.
Now look at the ult economy here from quieter mode. I mean, they have every ultimate on the board. Oh, Godzo gets hacked and goes down. Now the dueling grabs come out, and oh, Marco finding the kill and tire and to the kill and as an Ipse. Now the grabs from both sides were used, and unfortunately Treeboy uses his whole hog, but it is all in vain. 60% of the board for Team Big Brain Charges in quieter mode. Still maintains, 2 extremely good ults right here, but uses everything else.
I think quieter mode is in a really good position to finish out this map. Big Brain Chargers really doesn't have anything. They're close to Coalescence and Death Blossom, but I think quieter mode should be able to use their 2 ults right now to win this fight quickly and deny a final fight. Ooh.
Maximum Rank gets caught out of position really early. The EMP is onto 3 people on the side of Big Brain Charges, and Marco with the cleanup kills. He tore through them like tissue paper. Now Treeboy doing whatever he can to sustain on this point, but the side of quieter mode is just all there. The whole team is up, and Treeboy, nothing more he could do. Quieter mode will likely, I shouldn't say definitely. Oh well, there it is. We'll take this round. Really, really close game from both sides, I think.
Yeah, I think the key was in a lot of these fights. Quieter mode was really quick to clean them up and just move on to the next fight, capture the point, start setting up. Whereas I think Big Brain Charges, a lot of times they would win the fights, get a really early advantage, but they weren't able to completely clean up quieter mode, and that cost them a lot of percentage especially on the first 2 points.
I also thought Pet the Doggo was doing very well on the Sombra too. I think he was finding, I mean, among the last fights, Godzo was taking an early positioning above them to drop in their back line, but Pet the Doggo finds that really, really early, gets the hack, and then Ginger, Beastie Ginger, just jumping up and getting the kill to open up that fight that got them ultimately the win in the end. So really great job from them to recognize that. I was surprised not to see Hackmaster or Zimio on the Sombra, because he is, as we know, such a proficient Sombra player. So to see Pet the Doggo on it, it was interesting, but I think it really paid off.
Yeah, I think against the Sombra, you need to remember that at any moment your abilities can just be taken away. Godzo was set up in a spot where I think normally as Reaper you're pretty safe because you always have Wraith to just get back to your team. But with that hack, Doggo was able to just cancel that out and isolate Godzo, and his team was able to take advantage, take him out.
Now, in your opinion, right now quieter mode has such a deep pool of subs that they can keep just switching in and out of. But with Hackmaster coming in, we're almost certainly going to see an Ashe or a Sombra. In your opinion, I mean, what does Big Brain Charges got to do to really start securing more fights?
I think they need to just be a little cleaner on what ults they're using. There's a couple fights where they overinvested. I think they need to come in more so with a plan at times of how they're going to approach it, what's their plan to win. If they're on the hog Zarya, they need to maybe sometimes play a little bit slower and let their DPS get a pick before pushing it. So let's see if they can work on that, improve over the course of this match.
And I think they will. I mean, you know, I think they're a really, really decent team, and I think the only, the only advantage that maybe Quieter Mode right now had coming in was kind of that I think both teams just didn't really know what the other one was going to run, but Quieter Mode obviously, you know, they scrim a lot and they're very well practiced. So I think, you know, seeing what they're capable of right off the bat in the first one and able to take a point off of them as well. I mean, I think that's going to be enough for them to say, look, this is what they're good at, this is what they're going to run, and this is how we beat them.
Mhm.
So we're going over to Route 66 and we'll see Quieter Mode on attack here.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see Hog Zarya again from Big Brain Charges. I think this is a really good map for it. You have a lot of high ground where you can set up your DPS, and Hog and Zarya can also, you know, abuse that high ground to just get extra poke in. There's also a lot of nice flank angles where you can send your Hog to get, you know, early picks with the hook. So we can see if Tree Boy is able to land any big hooks and start fights off on the right foot for Big Brain Charges.
I wonder if they want to try the Winston Zarya because, you know, on Well, they ran the Hog Zarya, which ended up working out for Big Brain Charges.
Mhm.
But I do wonder if they want to attempt to do the... I don't know, maybe maybe their hero pool doesn't allow for that, but I would be curious to see because if we take a look at what they're running, actually, I guess a Winston running against this Lucio, you know, Sombra, Reaper probably is going to get shredded pretty quick.
I like the Hog Zarya defense here because you're able to just kind of sit up top and just shoot down into this valley. Especially if Quieter Mode goes with this Reinhardt, it's going to be hard for him to get onto high ground. So they should be able to get a lot of free poke with the Hog Zarya and the Junkrat Soldier, as well as the Zen. So I think this is a good choice for defense. We'll see if maybe on offense they opt for a Winston, able to, in order to contest these high grounds when they're attacking.
As a Reinhardt player, you know, this is a hard meta for Reinhardt because his shield goes down so fast, and once your shield is down, I mean, you're hopefully just going to soak up some damage, let your healers heal you, but it sometimes doesn't really work like that. So I'll be curious to see how he manages his shield management, especially against this Junkrat here too from Azanipse. That's a lot. Now the hack coming out onto Tree Boy, but no one really to follow up there. Now he can't heal and he can't hook anyone at this point. They are going to try to push him, but Tree Boy is going to back off. Now the huge anti coming out. Now they're going to Wraith out of that to get rid of the effects of that anti, but BC Ginger are going to be trapped here, and Maximum Rank going to be finding Torn really, really early on. Really big pick. That's most of their damage. Cookie Turkey going to be killing Hackmaster and then responds with another kill into BC Ginger. Cookie Turkey tearing through them right now. Godzo finds the exit kill into Josh Westis. Now they have to back out. Maybe they can kill this kill on the Mon William or Savvy Lee, but it looks like they're going to be able to respawn the team.
I think that was a really good example of how these two comps want to play. Big Brain Chargers sitting up top, just kind of waiting their time. They let Quieter Mode push it all the way, but they're burning down Quieter Mode's resources. Quieter Mode wants to try and, you know, aggress onto Tree Boy, but once they do that, you know, Big Bang Chargers comes back, they use Bubble, they use Nade to try and save him. And it really is just, I think it was a really good example of kind of how this map is going to play out.
Now dropping on the low ground, opting for this brawl style with Godzo in the backline. They completely forgot about him. He's going to be using his tack visor and finding Hackmaster. Now Tree Boy killing Beastie Ginger in the fray. And this is going to be a one fight for the side of Big Brain Charges. Now just trying to get these kills. Maybe Josh Westis can make it out with his life. And he's going to maybe wall right away, but he also might get staggered out pretty bad here. He does have the beat, and you know, if he really needed to use it, he could have. But I think they're going to save it for the next fight, going to build their ults and just go in all at once. Nice tack visor from Godzo.
And Hackmaster is switching to Soldier himself. They're opting not to wait for that EMP,
Wow.
which could have been big.
I'm surprised by that, but you know, if it's not working, it's not working. You got to just make the switch. Ooh, and trying the really early whole hog. Grab whole hog. Now you're going to use the beat, and the tire coming in at 5-4 as a Nipsey. The grab tire combo. Oh, what a massive tire. What I loved about that was that they used the whole hog first, then they grab, they let the beat come out, and then use tire. Really smart play from Big Brain Charges.
Now the one thing is, Big Brain Charges on top of that also use Nanos. They're down 4 ults. They really only have Trance right now, but they should get attack visors soon. That being said, Quieter Mode really doesn't have too many of themselves. They have Grab, Coalescence, and Shatter.
I think their hope is to find a grab Cole here, right? Oh, but really early the hook is going to
and
be
a
coming
big
out
purple
in a
too.
massive anti. As Anipse finds Hackmaster after being anti. That's a massive pick. Now there's a fight breaking out in the payload. The grab coming out, not finding anyone except for the trancing Zenyatta into it. Now Didid killing Beastie Ginger with the anti-nade there. Now Godzo deciding to clean up this fight with the Tac Visor, finding Josh Westis, Torn going down to maximum rank. And again, this is going to be another one fight for Big Brain Chargers. Hackmaster does find the exit kill into maximum rank. Now it's going to be a long back spawn. This is their last chance, I think, to push in. Beastie Ginger with the Shatter on board, but we have the Nano from Didid.
It's going to be hard to fight anybody when Big Brain Chargers is all set up on high ground. I also want to, give some defense to Mod Willing. He did get their Cookie Turkey in the grab. It was not just the Trancing Zen.
That's true. Josh West is finding Tree Boy really early on, and that's a really big pick. That's basically your main tank going down right now. We'll see what they can find. Torn finding Godzo, responding saying you will not harass us anymore. Hackmaster finding the kill and as an Ipse. Now it looks like Quieter Mode is going to be taking this point. Maximum Rank finds the kill into Beastie Ginger, but it's not going to be enough, and Quieter Mode caps this with really it was a hard-fought battle. This was not an easy one for Quieter Mode to cap, but they eventually do and retain a lot of ultimates.
Yeah, definitely a really great defense by Big Brain Chargers burning basically all of that 0.1 time bake off. So you can see, again, this point B has a similar structure with this high ground. So let's see if they're able to use a similar setup to kind of just beat Quieter Mode back fight after fight.
I'm surprised they're sticking on this Reinhardt right here. I mean, they I think are really trying to get a brawl going, but right now I think the Roadhog Zarya wins the brawl battle. Now Torn getting up really high. He's probably going for, I don't know, some kind of pick, but he goes dangerously low. Didid finishes him off. The Tac Visor coming out from Hackmaster. The beat coming out. Azanipse finding the hero of this game. Hackmaster finds the kill into Azanipse. This isn't even fight, except Treeboy responds and says, "I will kill Mod William now." And now Hackmaster not going to be able to get out, and a lot of really scrappiness coming out there with Big Brain Charges, ending up winning the fight.
And we see Godzo with his attack visor again, so we can see maybe he'll get another flank off and be able to get a big attack visor. Especially because Josh Westis invested that beat. So if if Godzo's able to find an angle where he's behind that Reinhardt shield, I think he can get a really big play off here.
Oh, what do you think about them coming through this with all the spam damage?
There's no real good way to enter this point against a Junkrat if they're able to just do a lot of damage.
Oh, and Torn using the Death Blossom, but the immediate trance respawn. Now they're going to grab right at the end of that trance. Hackmaster finds the kill into maximum rank, but Godzo using the Tac Visor, finding two! Godzo's Tac Visors have been absolutely deadly this game.
Yeah, I think as an Ipsy is just a very good Junkrat. This is a really hard point to enter. There's really only two ways to go, and they're very tight and narrow. So as an Ipsy is going to get a lot of free damage in every time Quieter Mode tries to enter.
Now 20 seconds on the board, and look at the ult economy right now. Tree Boy with the whole hog coming up, with the nano coming in from Didid, and as an Ipse has the deadly tower. He's found 2 or 3 every single time. They're opting for the really early whole hog, and I think that was a mistake. I think he didn't mean to drop off of high ground, but he's there trying to get them off of card. Godzo finds the initial pick into Josh Westis. He's not going to be able to build beat in this fight, and now they're going to have to go without him. Godzo finding another into Hackmaster. That's 2 picks right now in this fight. Can he get another?
Oh, and
now
another
the tire coming out, and here we go. Who's it going to find, if anybody?
Oh,
Not looking like he's going to find much, but Torn does find the kill into Godzo. Godzo's been the main damage dealer. Now the Shatter coming out as an Ipse finding Beastie Ginger. The huge grab coming out with the nano. This is all looking the side of Big Brain Charges. Now the Tac Visor and a desperation coming from Hackmaster, but Savvy Lee finding Tree by both tanks down right now from the side of Big Brain Charges. Are they going to be able to fight this fight even right now? Didid says no to Hackmaster, wants to end this right here and right now. Torn finding the kill into Godzo, but maximum rank responding back with the kill into Savvy Lee, and as an Ipse finding Torn. Big Brain Charges stopping them on 2 points. An excellent job, an excellent defense from Big Brain Charges.
I apologize for any echo. My girlfriend is watching live and is very excited by the last fight.
I love the spectator.
I was excited. That was a great map. I think really scrappy by both sides. I love seeing Godzo just really do so much on that soldier. He can be a really a really great hero when you're able to find those like flank angles and just get free damage in.
Yeah, he just kept finding high ground. He kept finding alternate angles, and he just kept putting the pressure down. He got attack visor really often, and he was able to get 2 or 3 kills every single time with it. I mean, I think if I'm quieter mode right now, I'm thinking, man, what do we do to deal with this soldier? What do you think the answer is?
I think it's mobility, because the problem is they're running this very brawl, like they want to go around as a group and try and get on somebody. But since Big Brain Charges is just set up all around high ground, they're not able to get onto anybody. And by the time that they do, as an Ipsy and Godzo are just doing so much damage into them, they're quieter mode has to invest all of their resources just to get to somebody, and by that time they're already low health anyway. So I really think the answer is to get mobility, so you can just, instead of having to walk around these long routes to get up to those high ground and force the soldier away, is you can just jump up with like Winston or Diva or Hammond or something like that, or even you can get.
Sorry, I was just gonna say Godzo on the Genji now instead of the soldier.
Yeah. That's another option, is just to send like a solo flanker, Tracer, Sombra, Genji, get onto those high grounds, just clear off those people. So quieter mode is coming back with the same comp right now, so they're probably gonna look to drop onto Big Brain Charges once they see that opportunity.
Yeah, they're looking to really, again, just brawl this out right now. They're hoping they can get it now. Winston here from Cookie Turkey onto the backline. They're going to be finding Hackmaster really early. Did it! Find Beastie Ginger, that's 2 picks. However, Torn responds back with a kill into Tree Boy, and if they can somehow, if Quieter Mode can somehow get one more additional pick, this would be a really clean fight from them. But Cookie Turkey looking in the backline here, looking for anybody at this point. Now Godzo trying to kill this Josh Wustis, who's on the low ground here, but he's able to use his heals and mobility to get out maximum range. Finding Stabby Lee, that's your main healer. That's going to be most of the heals gone. Now Hackmaster coming back, trying to get the hack, and is going to be Discord and has to get out. Mod William killing as an Ipse. That's going to be most of the damage too from the side of Big Brain Charges. Now, with the respawns coming in, Big Brain Charges what looked like such a good fight for them. They have to back off.
I think it was really challenging. They have a Winston going into a Reaper, and the Reaper is just able to sit on point and just deny cart progress. Because Cookie Turkey isn't able to get on him. Reaper just into Winston to just, delete him in a couple shots. So losing Tree Boy and Reiner really early was really hard for them.
Now they have Nano Blade online. And the Shatter coming out for BC Ginger, but he goes dangerously low and he goes down. Now the Blade coming out, and it's going to be a Nano Blade. And Torn tries to go for the ult, but he gets slept out of it. Now the grab committed from the side of Quieter Mode, and every ult is being thrown right now at Big Brain Charges. And it doesn't look like anyone's died so far. Now Mod William, though, saying this fight's gone on too long, finding Cookie Turkey, pushing in with his full charge. And oh, Hackmaster gonna be taken down. He is slept, and then as an Ipse finds the kill. Now the charge coming out from Beastie Ginger and gonna be pushing them back a little bit. Now this is maybe gonna be a one fight for Quieter Mode with all the picks that they have, despite respawns being in the favor of Team Big Brain Charges.
And next fight, Quieter Mode's gonna have their EMP. They don't really have anything to follow up, but it can still be just a really powerful ult.
Together we are strong.
Godzo on the Bastion now. I don't know how this is gonna work into a Sombra. We'll see if he can pull it off.
Fascinating. If no one expects the flank Bastion, right? I wonder who said that? Josh said that. But the Bastion going to be setting up in the backline here, going to be trying to find something. Now the EMP finding huge value, finding 4 members of Big Brain Charges. As an Ipse does kill Hackmaster, but it's not going to matter very much. Quieter Mode following up on those hacks, getting the kills that they need right now. Now there's under a minute left on the clock. As an Ipse finds the exit kill into Josh Bustis. Maybe that's actually the opening they need.
Yeah. So Big Brain Charges does have Tire, as an Ipse, as we've seen, could pull out a big Tire, win the fight for them. They also have Nano and Shatter. So in addition, Cookie Turkey is on the Zarya. So now I think it's going to be a head-to-head just brawl where they just run at each other.
Ooh, now Hackmaster getting their early hack onto Tree Boy, but has to back out. Now we see the Transcendence committed, and it's looking like right now as an Ipse is trying to find a huge Tire, and he does. Now Godzo responds back also with the kill into Torn, and Didid finding Hackmaster, Tree Boy finding Mod William, and right now Big Brain Charge is going to be cleaning up this fight. Now they might try to get the recontest, especially if they have this Lucio, but I think at this point it's just time to set up for point 2.
I think you really want to get the high ground going into point B. But it looks like they're coming straight to point for an attempted recontest. I'm not sure if they're going to make it.
No, Hackmaster's probably going to get down there and make it.
Oh,
They are there. Now the Bastion set up in the backline though, going to be just laying in the damage, and it's going to be really hard to push past this. Godzo finding kill in the Beastie Ginger, but Torn killing maximum rank and as a Nipsey. Now Hackmaster also going to be finding Cookie Turkey, and Godzo, desperation time. He has used his tank mode. He's going to find 2. This is insane. Now Josh West is here, anti low, but he's going to be able to get back up, and Quieter Mode wins this inexplicably.
It was a really good recontest by Quieter Mode. I didn't think they would even be able to make it, but they're able to take that fight and turn it into a win. I think a really big grab in Death Blossom by Mod William and Torn to turn that fight. Because going into that fight, you know, with the Bastion just sitting high ground, uncontested, it seemed like it would be, you know, even if they get that touch, they're just going to get burned down. But they're able to use those two ults, Grab and Death Blossom, to get enough picks to turn the fight.
I wonder if Godzo on the Bastion was just too far back.
Yeah,
like, I wonder if he was closer, he could have, you know, had a better angle and get more.
He was
picks.
able to get an early pick, but I don't think he was able to get too much else. And I think there's enough cover that it made it a little bit hard. He wasn't quite, you know, just free firing. It definitely was. It was dangerous, but they weren't able to utilize that to quickly wipe them.
Yeah, you know, I guess don't listen to us because we said play for point 2, but I think that was that was a pretty risky play from Quieter Mode, because if they don't use that and they start to use their, you know, ultimates, then and then they don't win the fight, and then point 2 is just going to be a wash. Like Quieter Mode, you know, they won't be able to get high ground, they won't be able to push in.
Mm-hmm. It was definitely really risky. It was, you know, close that they even touch. If they don't touch at all, and, you know, I think it was like 0.86 meters thing when they actually get the first touch. If they don't stop the cart, then they pretty much give up most of point B, and I think it turns into a one fight game for them. So really risky, but they ended up pulling it out.
So it's looking like they're going to take a break, and why don't we do the same? Let's take a quick 3-minute break. We'll be back in just 3 minutes here. For me, 11:47. For Max, you on the West Coast, it's going to be what, 11:10, 9:47, 8:47. I know time. So we'll be back in just a couple of minutes, and stick around. You're not going to want to miss this great game going on right now. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here at the Big Brain Charges versus Quieter Mode, week 4. Is it week 5? I'm getting the weeks confused right now because in this time, all time is lost to me. So, anyway, happy to be here playing some Overwatch. We are back, and we are going to be on King's Row.
Yeah, so fan favorite map. So we'll see what happens. I think we're gonna see some Ryan Zarya versus Ryan Zarya, hopefully.
Yeah, really excited to see this matchup because I think the tank line from Big Brain Chargers is quite good, but Quieter Mode as well. I mean, Mod William is such a excellent off tank player. His Zarya is really great stuff. And I believe because we're seeing the swap from Ginger, Pet the Doggo and Ginger, I believe that Pet the Doggo will be on the Reinhardt here. So he's also a very talented Reinhardt. We've gone against each other many a time, and it's always the Ryan v Ryan against Pet the Doggo is always fun. So excited to see what both teams are going to be able to pull out here. Now there is the option too where Torn is also a main tank player, so they can opt to switch him onto tank.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Torn also has a very good Reinhardt. Pet the Doggo, very good Reinhardt. So we'll see who ends up playing what.
Initiating match.
Quieter Mode going to be an attack here first, and
So what are your thoughts on attacking first or defending first when you have the choice? What do you do?
so in comp, like in a competitive game, I love attacking first because I think the game is more exciting when you attack first. But strategically, defending's better. So, like if you were on attack and you get kind of rolled, it's a quick game. It's over. Where on defense, if you get rolled for a point or two, at the very least, there's always kind of a chance you can bring it back. But if you start to roll them as well, then you know exactly where you need to defend too. So strategically, it's almost always advantageous to have the defending first, I think. But for fun, I like attacking more. I mean, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I actually, even in just a regular game, I kind of prefer to defend first. I like being set up. I think it's a little bit easier to deal with random strangers at times. Good way to build some synergy with your random teammates. So we see
Marco on the sim.
So just teleporting a Quieter Mode like past a gap, just save some damage.
It's a smart play, I think. Make sure you don't take a lot of the spam. I mean, as an Imsai, such a good Junkrat is going to punish you whenever there's the opportunity to hit spam damage. Now, Tree Boy on the Reinhardt here is looking to meet Pet the Doggo here also on the Reinhardt, just as we suspected. Now, the deflect coming in and Pet the Doggo going really low. Godzo finding that kill. Now, the barrier going down for Tree Boy, but the heals are all there. Now, Godzo finding Marco as well. Godzo is unstoppable at the moment.
So I think one big difference between their two compositions is the support line. So Quieter Mode opting to go Zen Ana. I think this is gonna be a really hard heal line to run with this Reinhardt. You don't have the speed of Lucio, and you can only really heal 2 people at a time, which can be hard when you're trying to brawl.
Oh, but that damage output right now, I mean, 2 members from the set of Big Brain Chargers going down. Torn finding 2 right now onto Tree Boy in maximum range. Marco getting the cleanup kills with Mod William, and they're going to be able to cap that. That was, I mean, in the time it took for us to just sort of explain the strategy, they were in there and they were just, taking control at that point. Nice work from Quieter Mode.
They wanted to show the counter argument for that strategy is Zen is able to just do so much damage, and then Ana as well with the damage and the anti-nade can be really impactful.
Now they're going to be taking this high ground here, Big Brain Charges, and Echo kind of lives for this right now. Maximum rank is going to be using the Coalescence, I think, to try to help help his team push in right now, and they're not able to do very much with it. Now the huge block coming out from Tree Boy, really nice block. Godzo finding 2, Torn and Pet the Doggo going down. Cookie Turkey finding Mod William, and just the perfect dragons to punish the attempted aggression of Quieter Mode. Really great job from Godzo. Didn't even wait for the grab to come online. Just said, you know what, I'm going to use this here, and I'm just going to get the picks that we need.
I definitely think, Hanzo can just use his dragons if he builds it quick enough. You can usually get about 2 dragons per grab. you're playing really well as Hanzo.
Ooh, and now we're seeing the Nanoblade coming out. Marco going to be finding 2. Can we make that a 3rd? Oh, and we see a 3rd finding Treeboy as well. Now this is really big kills coming out from Marco. Marco cleaning up this fight, and they only had to commit 2 ultimates for that. Really nice job.
Yeah, I think Quieter Mode has a bunch of different win ults in Grav, Nanoblade, Shatter, and they can even use Duplicate to get another Grav, another Shatter. So I think it's going to be hard for Big Brain Charges to defend here, especially after they've kind of lost a couple of fights in neutral. They're always going to have that. Eventually, they're going to lose the fight to Nanoblade since they don't have a good counter.
Ooh, and the charge coming out from Torn with the Echo. He's going to have his Shatter coming online any second now, and he's looking for the Shatter now. Treeboy expertly able to block that, but with the grab coming out from the side of Quieter Mode, they are not able to touch. The point will go the way of Quieter Mode.
And I think that's a good job for Quieter Mode to take that fight further up. So even though they lose, they're able to cap the point and basically still make progress. Yeah. Now their spawns are closer, so they get the next fight a lot quicker. The cart can't go backwards anymore. It's kind of stuck where it is. So even though they lose the fight, they really gain a lot of progress.
Trance still online as well. Now Cookie Turkey going to be looking for a grab here, but with that Trance online, they're going to have to hit something huge. Maybe they're able to hit an anti-nade on this, but nope. It's going to be all healed up. But right at the end there, Treeboy attempting to go for the charge, but is slept out of it. He hits the big charge, but isn't able to do anything. And then Pathadoggo finding 4. Answering back and saying, you're going to try to aggress on us? Well, guess what? Here's a Shatter. Huge play from Pathadoggo.
And right now, Big Brain Charge is not with any ults. Godzo's switching again to the Bastion. I think this could work here if they're able to, get a pick or 2, and they're not able to, shut down Godzo.
And now they're opting for the blade. There's the dry blade, and then last second there's a nano committed here, and all the kills going the way of Quieter Mode. There's a last second stall here from Asimipse, but is all going to be for naught. Quieter Mode caps 3 minutes 26 seconds on the board.
Yeah, Quieter Mode there was just they seemed like they had the advantage in those neutral fights, and they had those win condition ultimates and when they had them, they were able to just roll up Big Brain Charges. I think it was really hard for Big Brain Charges to get anything going.
I think they cycled their ult well. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. I think a big blow to Big Brain Charges where they won that one fight right at the end of point B, but Quieter Mode was able to cap. They invested the dragons there while they still had Grav. They didn't really get anything from Dragon. Quieter Mode is able to cap. They don't in the next fight. They don't have that team winning combo or the fight winning combo of Grav Dragons. So Joss Wash's Trance is able to just negate enough damage, of just the Reinhardt swinging and the Zarya break clicking. I think if they have the dragons there, they're able to. They might have been able to just overpower the healing output of Trance and actually wipe Quieter Mode.
I mean, I think it was such a smart idea of Quieter Mode to say, like, look, we actually might lose this fight right here. Let's just grab them away from point, you know? Force them to use ultimates for a fight that we're about to win just by simple virtue of them not being able to touch. So I think really smart play.
Yeah, and those are just, they took the fight, in front of the cart, and that's what that gives you. It just lets you, during the fight, you're able to push it. So even if you lose, you make some progress.
Now we see the dueling Genjis coming out from Marco and Godzo. We're going to see who gets more rank, and it's looking like the D.Va coming out here from Mod William. This is an interesting Rein D.Va strat. I haven't seen this one since the beginning of Overwatch League, I'd say. It can work for sure, but it's just an interesting comp. Oh, Torn finding Treeboy early, who gets a little bit too big for his britches, gets a little bit too close onto them and is punished for it now. Right now, it looks like Cookie Turkey is going to try to get out with some charge here, too, and they're able to support his grand escape. Finds Torn. This is the pick that they needed, I think, with Treeboy coming back into the fight. Now it's going to be a 6v5 in the favor of Big Brain Charges. Godzo charging in right now. Treeboy charging in, and is that the biggest brain of the charges? With all the members of Quieter Mode coming back to support, maximum rank finds Mod Williams and Mac, and Josh Wurst is going down as well. That was actually a pretty big brain charge. they have to commit the ult right here, quieter mode, in order to pull this back. Now the Nano is going to be committed onto Marco, and the Blade will come online, but now that they don't have the Nano Blade, as an Ipse finding Marco late in the fight, and Big Brain Charges might be able to hold this back, but right now it's both tanks, a support, and a DPS. There's some heavy damage coming out, so Big Brain Charges has no choice but to kind of back up and wait for the team and wait for, unfortunately, wait for quieter mode to regroup as well.
So Marco might have a small opportunity right here to Blade before Maximum Rank's ult is ready, and just as I say that, Maximum Rank's able to get it.
And Godzo, who could be slept out of it, but is immediately woken up. That's really unfortunate that he gets woken up. Godzo finding just the one. Oh, and then a huge grab! And the grab comes out and finds 4 or 5 members of quieter mode, and they go down. That was such a big grab from the side of Big Brain Charges, and then an anti to follow it up as well. Really nice play.
Now Marco holds onto his Blade here, and Maximum Rank invested the Transcendence for that last fight. So we might see an opportunity for Marco to get a really big Blade here, you know, without, and even with Nano Blade, with Savvy Lee building it up already.
Yeah, Savvy Lee doing a great job keeping the team up and getting that nano at really crucial times, and now they're gonna have the combo here. The Nano
Treeboy might want to look to shatter Marco. I think that might be the best option, or try and use the Bob
too
to interrupt, kind of, you know, if he's able to get it right on him.
And here it is coming out right now. He's going to be trying to charge and misses the charge there, and the whole team is going to be able to follow up. Now, the side of Big Brain Charge is going to be backing up a little bit. Really smart play. They're able to get out with their life right now. Treeboy finding the kill into the Echo Torn. And the Shatter coming out into Mod William. Is it going to be enough? Mod William's able to fly out, but no kills coming out right now. The quieter mode wants to aggress this, especially with Marco getting the Nano here, but ooh, the bomb is committed as well, but luckily Treeboy there just in time to be able to shield it up. Josh Westis does find as an Ipse, but Cookie Turkey responds with the kill into Torn, and Treeboy finds the kill into Savvy Lee. Now another Blade in this fight. Gonzo is gonna be cleaning up with that. They're gonna stagger the Baby Diva out here just a little bit, and the fight is gonna be won by the side of Big Brain Charges, but they had to commit a lot of ults, both sides. However, because the fight went on so long, Big Brain Charges is gonna have their Nano, their Bob, their, you know, almost their Shatter and Trance again. I mean, this is looking great if Big Brain Charges can use their ults properly here.
Yeah, we can see if Cookie Turkey can get a big grab. I think this could turn the fight for Big Brain Charges and let them cap point B.
And they're gonna cap. They did the same thing. They grabbed them right off the point, and the Transcendence committed really late, and Torn is going to find Treeboy here and punishing some of that aggression that they, you know, are trying to push forward with that Graviton Surge. And excellent job from Josh Westis to recognize that, use the Trance, and let his team live through that. Now, did it? Ooh, getting Marco extremely low, and Marco finding the ultimate kill, and Marco killing another. He kills both supports. Now they have no choice but to back out.
Marco gets Godzo as well. A really big play by him on the flank.
Wow. Finding a third now. This is really nice play from Marco here, and they have the Nano Blade aligned once again. Maximum Rank, although, does have the Transcendence. Ooh, in the 4-man Shatter coming out from Pet the Doggo. Now the Transcendence has to be used there to try to sustain the rest of the team, but the Godzo killing 2 right off 3, right off the bat. Can he get a 4th? I think he can. Oh, but he can't get the 4th, but stays alive long enough just to kill Savvy Lee without the Blade. That's a really, really nice Nano Blade coming out from Godzo, and did it. That was such a big Shatter coming out from Pet the Doggo, but, you know, the Transcendence there from...
Yeah, they're only really able to get one take off of that, and I don't think that was enough, especially with Godzo's Blade.
Oh, Marco with the Nano Blade. Gonna be finding 3. Is he able to find another? He finds 4. Marco finding all the kills they need. This ninja cannot be satisfied. Does he get the final kill? Does he get the kill into Godzo? And he does. Marco killing nearly the entire team. Big plays from Marco. However, they did invest the whole Nano Blade in that, and the Blade is over halfway done from Godzo, so they'll have a Blade coming up pretty soon. They're going to be using the grab really early. Hit the Doggo and Mod William, both tanks found in that. Godzo slept, but bubbled, and Treeboy decides to back out and deal with this Ashe that's in the back line there from Torn. Torn does use the echoed Bob, is going to be able to find the kill into Did It, and that was a really smart play from Torn to get into their backline. Now, Godzo trying to clutch this fight back up and turn around for his team. I think all in vain. He's not going to find very much with that at all. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
Blade a little bit wasted there.
I think Big Brain Chargers really had an opportunity with the grab. They're not able to get any kills, but they burned down Pet the Doggo's shield. I think if Tree Boy turns the corner and shatters, he's would have been able to get, I think, probably 5 members of Fighter Mode, but instead decides to charge back for in the back line.
And, I mean, Max, look at this. Quieter Mode almost has another Nano Blade.
Yeah, I think
they're getting it every fight.
They're just enabling Marco to kind of just farm on this Reinhardt.
A really huge bomb from Mod Williams. So smart to position out the Reinhardt on Tree Boy. And when he was out of position, Mod Williams just tosses his bomb in and says, well, try to shield this. Both bubbles used, unfortunately, weren't able to do anything. Now, Did It does find the exit kill onto Torn, but he'll be back in the fight relatively soon now. 60 seconds on the board with a lot of ults online for both sides. I would imagine this is going to be a heavy ult fight. Pet the Doggo not finding anything with that shatter, and the Transcendence coming out from Josh Westis. Now Godzo does find the kill into Marco, but Torn responds back with the kill into Tree Boy. An even fight right now, but Did It responds back with the kills onto Mod Williams' mech. Did It finishes off Mod Williams' Pilot Diva. And I think this is Big Brain Charge's opportunity. Godzo, building a really fast blade, is going to be finding both healers and then Pet the Doggo on the side of Quieter Mode. This is a nice blade from Godzo, but they have a long distance to go, and Quieter Mode going to be coming back out with the Nano Blade, looking to clutch this up and either push it to overtime or outright win the fight. Pet the Doggo moving over to the Wrecking Ball, trying to get back onto point and stall this as long as possible.
Big Brain Chargers does have ults that they can potentially counter the Nano Blade with, so we'll see if they can pull off a Transcendence or the grab. Ooh, the grab really good.
Oh, the grab does find a couple, and they aren't on point long enough at this point. They have to commit all of the ults on the board. The desperation there, Marco jumping up with the Nano Blade is going to be looking for whoever they can. The charge, Bob is charged off of point now. Just Cookie Turkey right now on the point, trying to get some work done. Cookie Turkey goes down. Quieter Mode going to be winning this in spectacular fashion. 3-0. Quieter Mode with all the kills.
I think in that last fight there, Big Brain Chargers needed to be a little more aggressive and meet them at spawn, essentially. I think the grab is good. It's able to get 3 people, but they're not ready to follow up on it. They get Marco low, but he gets nanoed and is able to survive, and then comes up with the big blade.
This is some great Nano Blade action there. I mean, you could see the target prioritization, the jumping around, the dodging cooldowns. I mean, really great job from Godzo to get that Nano Blade off. In your opinion, who is the player of the match here?
I think Marco. Marco played extremely well on both the Reaper and the Genji. I'm not sure what else he played, but he was subbed out for the second map. So in those first 2 maps, first map he played a lot of Reaper. I think he did a really good job of shutting down the Hog Zarya, which can be really deadly. And then on this last map, he basically won this kind of Genji battle between Godzo. I think the 2 of them really were the focus of their teams, but Marco's able to come out on top.
My other pick, and who I think was consistently good the entire match, is Mod William. I mean, his off-tank play, whether it was on the Diva there, whether it was on the Zarya, whatever the hero that needed to be played, Mod William was there and was ready to do his job. I think Mod William and Marco, Marco definitely had some flashier plays with the many kills, but I think Mod William really enabled his team to be able to push in and be able to get a lot of picks and help his backline when they were dove upon. So really shout out to Quieter Mode, great job. But Big Brain Charges, I mean, looking really good too. They're not able to pull the win out here, but I think they put up a really great fight, and I think that they should be happy with how they played today.
Yeah, I think their defense on Route 66 was really good, and they were almost able to pull out Ilios. That last map on Lighthouse was extremely close.
Yeah, I think 2 fights go differently for them, and they, we're looking at right now. We're going into map 4, and we're playing for right now. Big Brain Chargers could have been up, so really great job from them, and I think really great game overall. Really happy we were able to cast this one. So that's gonna do it for us tonight, guys. This has been a lot of fun. My name is Liam, and this has been Max, and
Yep.
we've been your casters for the evening. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you,
Stick
everybody.
around tomorrow. We are the Shanghai Snecks. We'll be going against the St. Louis Submissives tomorrow evening. Be sure to tune in for that. We won't be casting, but we will be playing, and it should be a lot of fun. So thanks for joining, and have a great night, everyone.